The famous Holiday Ops event is here again for World of Tanks, which means that the loot boxes return, and today we have the most special premium tank in 2024 with a brand new, absolutely devastating double gun mechanic that is a massive game changer. The Contradictious is a tier 8 British premium heavy tank that comes with burst damage that reminds me of the BZ-176. A whopping 720 damage salvo which sends back the enemies to the carriage faster than anything else. It also features all-round great armor along with a very sturdy turret and decent mobility that delivers both your guns straight to the enemy's doorstep. Out of all the tanks in the loot boxes this year, this is by far the most interesting. So let's jump into it and let me show you how to make this tank extremely versatile.
I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, heat legend. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center. However, whoever. Raining from above, we shooting down through your umbrella. Getting better, nothing you could tell us. Snapping every shot I take, just wait till it develops.
You have two cannons with two unique firing modes. The first mode is the regular single shot mode, where you fire one gun at a time, maintaining consistent damage and fast reloads. This way the DPM isn't too high, but you get 360 damage roughly every 9 seconds with very respectable gun handling and accuracy, and you maintain full speed. Then it takes 2 seconds to switch into the double shot mode, and the switch itself is very important to talk about because your tank does not stop, just like when you activate or deactivate the engine or gun depression modes of tanks like the CS or STRV. You can change modes at any time you like and have both guns ready to fire simultaneously, delivering a massive 720 damage burst. However, there is a trade-off. When you're in double shot mode, your accuracy becomes absolutely horrific and you lose some of your top speed, which means that this mode is only really useful for close range fights. I do have some clips where I hit some ridiculous shots, but in general, you are quite limited to close combat scenarios. And it is in these moments that this mechanic becomes extremely useful and truly shines, making the Contradictious very flexible. You can use it as a finisher or burst dealer just before fleeing, and the enemy doesn't really have much of a chance. Now let's talk about the armor layout of this tank. So against 225 penetration, which is basically the own penetration of this tank, we can see that the armor is extremely versatile, from the front being exceptionally well armored on the front plate and the turret. The turret actually only has this teeny tiny cupola weak spot that you're barely going to see if the tank goes halved, and as you can see, the gun depression is quite good. You can rotate the turret like this and you can see that the cupola is slightly visible, but still a very small weak spot, and the entirety of the turret front basically lacks any big prominent weak spot, except there's like a little opening on the ears on both sides. But apart from that, the half-gun capabilities of this tank are really strong. Now, you can actually sidescope with this tank, but you need to be very careful not to expose this small plate here, because this is actually quite weak. It's about 70mm effective, and when you go around corners, you have to make sure that you don't over-angle, otherwise enemy is gonna have a very easy chance of going through there. As long as you angle like this, you're gonna have an auto ricochet upper side plate, and it actually has a little bit of a weak spot as well, right here, that lucky enemy shots can actually hit. But apart from that, the tank has a major weak spot as well. It has an overmatchable roof, unfortunately, and that's pretty much it. I mean, the tank is actually pretty well armored for a British tank, and it basically plays identical to that of the Carnarvon or the Super Conch in terms of angling. The lower plate is quite weak, but the upper plate is very strong. Even at angles like this, it goes up to 280mm, and even if I load gold, you can see that I just cannot penetrate it because it goes all the way up to 320mm of armor. You basically have no chance to penetrate it. But yeah, I would say the armor model is quite nice. However, you must know something that you're going to notice is that the tank is extremely huge. The tank is super big. It also makes it a little bit easier because you're quite tall, which means that you're gonna have some nice shots on the enemy's roofs and cupolas and whatnot. But at the same time, it's going to be very hard to hide this tank on the battlefield, and you're gonna see why in a second. So in this first battle, we are placed to Junkie against tier 7 tanks, and we already rushed to this corner to get a nice side-scraping position against the enemy Tiger P, and you can see that the accuracy of the tank is actually quite nice. However, the Tiger P manages to go through the little spot I showed you in the intro. Once we actually fix our side-scraping position, we actually can go through him pretty easily. Now, you may notice that there's a lot of enemy heavy tanks on this side, which is perfect because this tank loves to meet other enemy heavy tanks. Once again, as I mentioned, the side-scraping potential of this tank is absolutely phenomenal, and we put in shot after shot into the Tiger P, making him literally one shot after that. Before short turning our attention towards the southern side, we can see this G-Sword a little bit. We actually give him a big shot, and he takes 364 for that. The alpha damage of this tank is actually quite, you know, it's not too overwhelming. It's not like 400 incredibly high, but it's just there, you know, like the Renegade is also 360 alpha, and it's just perfect. And then we go around the corner, we put in a big one into the Hori 2 after activating the salvo mode, and we put another one after I reload for the next 18 seconds. You can see that the Hori is actually a tier 9 tank, and he takes a huge hit in return before we quickly switch over to a single shot mechanic and finishing off the KV3. This battle, what you saw, literally lasted 4 minutes, and we already have 3.2k damage. This tank is really good damage farmer in these short and long-term scenarios, because the burst damage really allows you to make your presence known on the flank that you're actually playing. Just before we find the SMV, we put a 371 shot into him, and then finishing off the RT, basically ending the game. Alright, and here we are playing the next battle on mines, and there's actually double artillery, which is not gonna be that great for us. However, they don't really have any tanks. Well, actually they do. They have the Burask and the Blitz that can take the hill. Usually when I load it, I just tell them, take hill or lose. And that actually works sometimes. And nice, we managed to nail the Burask going up the hill. Perfect. Now, they don't have that many tanks in the middle. They have... Actually, I'm not sure who's gonna win here, because we have a Liz and the APMX here. So I think my job is just going to be to defend them from getting pushed by basically anything. The EBR might be running here, which is good. I'm already gonna prepare my double shot and wait for him to come around the corner, because he should, right? And there we go. Big 700 damage into the EBR. And we already have 1.1k damage, which is pretty nice. The Gonkevich is pushing the middle, which can be a little bit complicated. I'm gonna go out of double shot mode, because again, as I said, it slows you down, and you can go a little bit closer here. See, you can actually shoot him. There he is. He's gonna try and hit, but the armor protects us, even though he has a lot of pen. And we can maybe do one more here. I think it would not be a good idea to go into the double gun mode, because it would just go into the rock. But there's two guys there, so I know I can shoot them from where the Liz is. So we can actually go up, try and go up the hill. Oh. It's a very brave peek pattern. That is a very brave peek, man. Right, I'm gonna try and go up now. There's a Somwa. Okay, I may not need to go up the hill just yet. I mean, if I can shoot these guys all the time. This guy's gonna run into the open. Okay, I can shoot him one more. Already have 2.8k damage. Again, this tank is really good for these scenarios. And there's the pattern. Is he gonna notice me? Yeah, he does. Unfortunately, he does. But we can put a big one into it that actually bounces. And the pattern sir is actually quite roll, so I really don't want to take a shot extra. There's SHPTK shooting me from right there. I want him to shoot me again. I need to kill this guy kind of with the pattern. Oh. Yeah, there's the RT barrage. There's the RT barrage. Okay, I'm gonna try and go up now. The pattern seems to be a little bit occupied. Luckily he misses. Luckily the Cobra is not reloaded, and he's not. And now we can go and deal with the guys on the base. And there's the Emil who's pushing. Sorry, mate. Actually went fully safe there. I want to see if I can shoot this weak guy. That would be nice, man, to be honest. This guy might peek. But might actually be a better idea to drop, man, because these two guys are not gonna peek 100%. And I know for a fact if I peek, I'm gonna get shot by the artillery. So I'm gonna put in the double gun. Look at the VK, look at the VK. Look at the VK. There we go. Huge shot. We have to back off because the Emil is aiming. Instantly leave the double gun mode, because again, it slows your mobility. And we can actually maybe even do one more on the VK. Nice, the guy's dead. Okay, he's reversed all the way back. I'm either gonna wait here and drop, or we're gonna wait and see what's gonna happen. This guy is spotted. That's actually quite nice. We can use this rock to be safe from the artillery. There he is. And I think I'm gonna drop on that 252 now, guys, because the VKBs moved to the middle and this guy has no support. So let's just do it. Drop, not lose any HP. And bam. Oh my god, it's so fun. I love this mechanic. They did such a good job. It's so flexible. It's really nice. Okay, the Gonkiewicz has taken notice that we are here, which is not bad, you know, it's quite low, but this SHPTK might be able to shoot us here, so... But I can try again, I can try and sidescript this guy and see if we can actually bounce him. Nope. His gold will go through my armor like butter. Okay, this guy pans his shot. But still I gotta kill him and I'm still stunned, which kinda sucks. So I'm gonna aim carefully and... Got him. Okay, I'm gonna angle towards the VK. Go into double mode and... Got him again. Alright, I gotta go save from Marci and push on this SHPTK. I think it's best if I actually try and pick the RD first. Go into double gun mode once again. See if I can spot them. If I cannot spot them, then I'm just gonna go for the SHPTK. I think they're both fighting. I can maybe try and peek on this side now. See... Nothing. Okay, we're actually capping the base, 50 seconds. I was actually fully behind the rock. I didn't see that. Well, we got some nice spotting damage. We already have 6k combined, which is pretty good. I can't really do much against this guy. But there's that guy. Nice, so this is gonna kill him. I still wanna shoot that SHPTK though. I'm still quite determined to go for him, but I don't know where the other one is now. 20 seconds. I'm gonna peek in like 20 seconds. Let's see. Actually kill him. 7. There's 2 guys in the cap now. Oh. Actually leaves. Okay. Where is this guy? Did he run towards the island? I think so. No! He actually has enough camo to kill me and not get spotted. That's crazy. Oh no. Okay, well, we did 5.3k damage, which is still pretty good. But yeah, the double gun mechanic once again showed what it's capable of, and the flexibility that it brings you is really, really fun. The fact that you can just activate it and deactivate it when you're dropping down the hill, for example, is huge without having to stop. So yeah. Alright, then we already have an ace tanker and a high caliber with 5.3k damage, ammo rack, commander, gunner, and a fuel tank. Hell yeah. This guy was actually a good player, I believe. Yeah, he was decent. Anyway, let's hop into the next one. In this next battle, we are playing on red share, and the enemy team once again has loads of heavy tanks, which is just perfect. We close ranks and instantly rush to the heavy tank position, and seeing that the enemy type is overpeaking, we put a fat juicy salvo into his lower plate, dealing 656 damage, just before noticing that the enemy ELC even has flanked us from the back. We push forward a little bit and activate the double guns once again. I just wanted to see how likely it would be to hit both, but we actually end up missing all of those shells, so next time I'm smarter and only try the single shooter mode. The gun handling itself is very smooth, with barely any time required to fully aim each shot. I didn't talk about the penetration yet, but the AP has 225 and the premium rounds have 255, which isn't anything special really, but I would say it's enough as long as you only meet tier 8 or tier 9 opponents. Overall, the tank feels quite meta with the amount of armor you have all around the tank and feels very powerful against same tier opponents who need to hit the lower plate or the turret weak spot in order to penetrate. Another thing that I have to mention is that RTs love this tank and they're gonna shoot you quite a lot. Because of the aforementioned 25mm rooftop, you're going to be very susceptible to getting penetrated on the top by the artillery, and also the sides are not the strongest, so you're also gonna take a lot of damage if they shoot you there. Now, we're actually reversing here and waiting for the enemy to make some big peaks. We're getting pushed back quite a bit because the enemy has already overtaken the 4th and 5th line, and there's not much else we can do other than try and finish off these one-shots. Now, there is something in this game called exposure time, which basically means that in order to do damage you have to expose yourself for some amount of time to be able to aim. But this tank actually has very good aiming speed and good accuracy, which means that the amount of time you have to expose yourself is going to be very limited, it's not going to be that long. And on top of that, because you have nice armor, this time that you can expose yourself for can actually grow a little bit more, and the enemy is not going to be able to punish you for those weeks. Meaning that you can also do way more damage and take a lot less in return. Now let's take a look and fact check if what I said is actually true. Let's have a proper howdown fight against some other heavy tanks that have some prominent cupolas. Let's see how well the Contradictious fares against these tanks. We start the game on this side on Siegfried line and we found ourselves against a couple of enemies like the 53 TP and the 110. The enemy actually has loads of heavy tanks in front of us and it is going to be quite easy to shoot them in the weak spots because as you can see the Contradictious is very tall. However, with some careful aiming, he actually puts a big shot into our cupola, so we definitely need to be careful about that. With a careful push, we managed to pick up the 53 TP and now we find ourselves against a T-34 in a 1v1 situation. Just watch how flexible the double gun mechanic makes this engagement. Now we find ourselves against a type whom I desperately wanted to double gun. However, he has a really good position and I cannot really access him over here. By the way, the dynamic events are quite interesting on this map. What do you think? This was the first time I saw them myself. Alright, and we are playing on Sand River, and this is the first time I'm actually matched up against tier 6 tanks. Usually this matchmaking is not so good because you don't have that much HP to farm, and they have 2 RTs on Sand River, which is pretty bad. But I'm gonna try and go all the way there, and that's my favorite position, and see if I can peek on the left side and not have my tank exposed at all for the artilleries. Alright, so we start off here, we're gonna do an aggressive peek and see what we can, if we can spot something. There's the first guy. Actually, I'm gonna go for the other one. You always gotta go for the sure shots, you know. This guy might come back, you know. He saw the new tank, sparked his interest. But I'm fairly hard on and I cannot really get hit here that much. You can shoot that guy though. Even double gun him. Okay, that was a bit greedy. I'm not gonna lie, that was a little bit greedy. I think we lose 720 damage there because now I could just single shoot this guy. But I'm gonna reload in like 7 seconds anyway. That's a lot of damage. I'm gonna go for this TA32 because it's gonna be quite... Wow. It was quite annoying. You can shoot the VK there as well. I don't know if this guy is gonna try and shoot me as well. Let's see. Yes, he does. Oh, dude. Low tier RTs are insane, man. I already took 6. Look at that. That is insane, man. Low TRT is so disgusting. I demand a nerf right now, Wargaming. The worst thing is they shoot like every 20 seconds and you take like 300 damage in a tier 8 heavy tank, man. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. I mean, I should be fairly held down for this guy. Oh. I can't really run, man. If I run now, I'm gonna even put myself in a worse position for RT. This guy's trying to peek though. Oh. I would love if there would be a guy like on the right side of me that would prevent this guy from peeking like this, but I think if I hug the dune a little closer, it should be fine. The UDES can also peek there. There's the VK there. Again, I love the gun. It's so snappy, it's so good. It's a really good cupola sniper as well. Well, we're actually losing the other side. This guy's fully in the open. We don't really have anyone to shoot him there. And yeah, well, look at that. Splash damage for 116. Yeah, a little bit too much. I think for maps like this, you might want to have HP booster, just so you can mitigate some of that RT damage that you're taking. I can actually shoot this weak guy. I'm gonna try and go for him. Actually, I've got the impression on the back. Here we go. 2k damage. I would love to do 3k again. That's the goal that I set for myself. Would be best if I go back, man. Can I think I cannot really beat this guy because he's gonna get supported by an SU 130 PM from the base. This India might get YOLO'd by the UDES, which is might be interesting, but I'm not gonna be able to see him, I think. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to see that guy. Yeah, those two guys are pushing the mid, but I think I cannot leave. But I can shoot them if they actually come. This is already a loss. It's 3-8 and they have way too much HP. The RT. We have to keep dodging the RT, man. There's the Ori. Hey, let's do a double charge, guys. Across the map. Easy shot. Easy life. Right? No. No, guys, don't get greedy like that. It's not gonna work. What is the moral of the story? Well, low TRT is insanely OP, and don't double shot across the map. It's not gonna work. I'm gonna try and go for this guy, though. Let's see. Let's see if I can outpeak a TA-32. Probably not, but... Yep. And there goes the RT. So yeah, I could have played a lot better and not doubled across the map like 3 times. We could have actually done, I think, way more than 3k, probably even around 3.6. Alright, we are playing Empire's Border, and I would say this is the perfect side for this tank, because if you can make it to J1, J2, and peek from a hull down position on towards the enemy heavy tanks, you're going to have a really good time. Alright, there's the links. I don't know if we can snap him or not. Is he gonna peek here? No. Anyway, we should not really stop. We should just keep going there and take the position. Oh, well, they have a lot of medium tanks in the middle. Guys, please promise me you're never gonna do this, okay? Please never climb up to the middle. You're always going to be at a disadvantage. Don't do that. Don't do what the Tiger 2 is doing. It's really dumb. And especially when they have full crossfire like that, you're not gonna end up having a good game. So we go here, and there's the first opponent, the TNH. He's actually going super duper aggressive here already. Okay, beautiful. Now I have opportunity for double gun. I'm gonna hug the wall as close as possible. Go for the next opponent. T-34, put in a fat meaty 400 damage into him, and I think we can just single shoot these guys down, just to have a little bit more control over where the shells are going. And again, this tank's armor layout is gonna protect me from taking a lot of damage here. We can put in one more. Pull back, and again, the upper plate is very bouncy, especially at this angle. These guys don't really have much of a chance. You can actually just double gun this guy. And there you go. Once again, very flexible for close range finishers, but don't do what I did last game. That was not smart. Double gunning across the map is not really gonna work. I check, and literally every single tank is spotted. If you can kill that guy right now, nice, that's awesome. Because now you can just push, use the wreck of this guy, double gun this guy in the back. No, man, it's so troll. Ah, man, 0 damage with that. Again, I got greedy, but you could have done 360 damage. But now we can just go behind them and have a jolly good time, farming them from the corner. Once again, in a semi-hull down position. There's the first guy. And I'm gonna repair my crew instantly, because I don't want to get stunned and not have bad reload. Go for this TNH now. Again, the gun without the double gun mode is very good. It's very snappy, and I think the platform is really amazing. Okay. Look, they cannot really pen me. I'm sitting sort of hull down. They cannot see my lower plate, which is awesome. And I think I can go for the TNH now. In the WZ. Yep. You can just farm them on the corner now, as we sit. Progetto's trying to peek, but I think it's gonna get pushed back a little bit by my allies. Go for this guy once again. Nice. Progetto might peek again. He's getting quite greedy there. I can actually finish him. There we go. We already have 4k damage. I'm still full HP. They could not penetrate me yet. I have to go for this guy. Nice. 3.3. And now I'm gonna try and climb up. You wanna ram me? No? I get my 3rd kill. I'm gonna go up for this SMV here. Should we double gun? I don't know. It's better to just shoot him like this. Better to just shoot him like this. I think the Renegade's gonna get the kill. There's the Artie. Nice, we successfully snap him. 4.9k damage, and hopefully we can get to the Škoda, but I don't think so. There's already 2 guys in front of him. Alright, the Škoda's the one shot, but... Alright, we pick up another ace tanker and another high caliber. Alright, this matchmaking looks pretty good. There is no enemy artillery, and I just have to get up on the ridgeline there. You must also make sure that you don't activate the double gun mode, because it will actually slow you down significantly. So you should only activate it once you're there and are ready to shoot the enemy target. Let's get up here first and use our hull down capabilities to shoot this. Gonna peek with the single shooter. Find the first guy. Looks like he's actually gonna stay around, but the decent hull armor actually protects us from getting penetrated here. There's the Emil. This guy might actually come back here. He's very interested to explore what this tank is all about. The email might cross, that would be huge. I can't really defend this guy that much, to be honest. Maybe there. I need to get a little bit lucky to be able to hit this cupola. I'm waiting for the email to cross so I can actually double charge him. This guy as well. And he actually goes through our ears, as you can see. Remember when I showed you the weak spot there? But it's rather hard to hit, so... I don't think it's gonna be that big of an issue. I mean, it's a very small thing, and I think the guy just happened to hit it because it showed him green there, right? I try to pick this IS-2 again, but need to be very careful because again, the tank is very, very tall. I think he actually left. Emil is actually here now, but I need to be really careful at the same time. Again, the tank is very, very tall. You don't want to expose yourself unnecessarily, so... Oh, wow. He actually goes all the way around. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder if I can actually go and chase this guy. Might be a bad idea, but... There he is. We fired. Put him on track. Perfect. He's not necessarily a one-shot. But we can go into the boat. And make it so he's a one-shot. Alright, let's keep going. Let's cross back. Well, our team is kind of dying here, so we need to be very careful. Uh-oh. Yeah, our guys are dying here. That's really not good. I can try and stay here, or I can run. To be honest, I don't know which one would be a better choice. I think maybe staying is a little bit better because I can still shoot these guys. If I go on the outside, I'm gonna get completely crossfired. So yeah, it's one of those games where your team just completely gives up on life and goes next. There's the Scorpion. Ooh, very unlucky miss there. Very unlucky miss there. My goal was to do 3k damage in this battle, but I'm not sure if we can still do that. Scorpion might cross here again. This time we actually managed to connect. It would be really nice if we can do 2 more shots, honestly. That would be absolutely phenomenal. They're gonna have like this guy push towards us and 1 more shot, man. I would be very, very happy to get 1 more shot here, to be honest. Can we get a double shot into this cupola? Ah, only 1. Ram? Alright. We did 3k damage in 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Could have been a lot better, but our team just did not want to win this one. Alright, and here we are on steps with quite nice matchmaking. The enemy actually has a lot of heavy tanks, which again is the bread and butter of this tank. We have a 112, Carnarvon T-34B, and 2 Super Pershings, along with some TDs, and only 1 RT, which is, I would say, the most bearable RT at tier 8. It doesn't do that much damage, but it shoots quite fast. So what I usually do on the new steps is I just try and rush straight through. As for the mobility of this tank, I actually did not talk about it. This 42 top speed with the Bounty Turbo is actually very, very healthy, I think, for a heavy tank of this size. It really allows you to get into positions that you otherwise would not be able to. See if I can shoot this Progetto. I think I can, maybe. I have gun depression easily, and the gun allows me to quickly aim and put that into him. Probably hit because it actually went where I was aiming. These guys have already crossed. I'm not sure if I should cross or not. Let's see what's on the corner. There's a TVPVTU there. Again, I think I'm still fast enough to make a cross here, and yep, Carnarvon is actually up there. I don't think they're gonna play very aggressively on this side, but I want to see if these positions actually work for this tank in terms of gun depression. Let's see. I don't think there's gonna be anything here whatsoever. I gotta be careful of their TDs. Is this position gonna work for this tank? Hello there. Well, I guess the Carnarvon went stargazing. There's the Vipera. I don't know if I can pick this Vipera, probably not. Probably a better idea to just try and side scrape. But again, he's a little bit above me, and then he can shoot the roof of my tank, which means that he's gonna overmatch, right? I'm gonna try and see if I can shoot actually again from up here. No. This position is a little bit too tall, I think. There's no tank that can peek there. Maybe a Kranwagen can, or an UDES 1516, but this one cannot really do that. CS got visited by the artillery. The thing is, we cannot really push here because we have a crossfire. I can try and peek the Vipera, but he has a lot of armor and I don't really have that much penetration. He actually fired. I know he has reload now. You can shoot that. The bottom part. There's the 112 again. 3, 2, 1. Okay, this art is gonna be a little bit annoying here, that's for sure. I think what you can do if you wanna bounce these shells. Ooh, big shot going in. 384 is actually a 1-shot. Again, art is gonna be a little bit annoying here, and there's not much you can do to kill the Vipera. Alright, the gun delivers once again. I'm gonna wait for the Arty to shoot someone, and maybe the Vipera there. Then we're gonna make our move. This guy actually died with the Carnarvon. It's only the Super Pershing now, so I'm gonna try and pick on the left side here again. There we go. Or at least this guy. Nice. Almost everything. Speaking like this. I believe, okay, they have a Lorraine 40T in the back. I think we can go drop here and maybe go from the left side. Okay, there's Lorraine. Again, the gun delivers. The gun delivers, and I really like it. It's quite snappy, it's quite accurate. Really holds on to that British legacy of good gun handling. Well, there's this guy. Finish him off, and I have a plan, and the plan is quite menacing. Go for the Vipera first. And... can we ram the guy? You can go out of the mode because it reduces your mobility. Alright, he's gone. The game was not very long, again, 4 minutes 30. It's a shame that a lot of the enemies went to the other side. You can shoot this project though. 3, 2, 1. There we go. 2.7k. So I set out a goal for myself to do 3k damage every battle, but this battle might be the only one that actually cannot do that much. Let's see if I can shoot the guard here. Oh, okay, 2.7. Actually, in the beginning we had a projectile blind shot, so we actually might have 3k. Let's see. Yep, and the projectile blind actually went in. 3055 damage. 4 kills. Alright, we are playing on Lakeville right now, and we are actually in an encounter mode, which means that 1-2 line is probably not gonna be a good choice for us, because what I see usually is that top tier heavy tanks go 1-2 line on this map in encounter, and the cap just ends up getting YOLO'd by the enemy team. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go for the cap and protect it on the 0 line, and they have 3 lightings, so we're gonna have probably some shots in the middle, so I'm already gonna turn my turret towards there. But they're not too aggressive and not too keen on going in, so I don't think we're gonna see much. I'm gonna try and actually take the corner. Right there is my favorite corner. You can knock the trees down and actually be fully safe. Our Shkura is very aggressive. Yeah, you knock this tree down and you can basically stay here hidden with literally anything. I think we can actually play a bit more aggressive. We have a lot of allies here. Let's see if the phase is actually gonna go full commit here. He fired. Go for the track. Push a little bit forward. Angle my tank so you can't pen. And get in the finisher. Perfect, that's their tier 9 heavy tank gone, which is huge. Now we can go to the top street. Luckily, there's nothing in the middle that's actually shooting us in the back, and we can go ahead and go for this challenger. I'm gonna exit the double gun mode, just kill this challenger, and then we can go for the Ferdinand. Again, I think I'm not gonna use the double gun mode here just yet. We don't really need it, but we can shoot this guy. And now I can literally just stay on the corner here, fully side scrape, and probably be safe from everything. As you can see, the alpha damage is coming in quite nicely with the 400 roll. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to pick this or not, because I don't know if I can spot this Ferdinand. Is he actually still there, or did he go back? Well, I actually have some support, so I'm gonna keep going. It looks like he's there now. Do on track, angle, angle, angle. Perfect. It's actually, he has a meaty gun, like 248 pen. Put a big one into his lower plate. Back off, because he has a really good reload. Once again. Tiger is speaking now. Put him on track. And he actually thinks that he has a lot of DPM. Well, he does. But what he ends up getting is a double track himself. And once again, the good gun handling allows you to really put those guys on track and keep them double tracked. And now I can maybe go in and actually start finishing off people here, like this guy. Oh, unfortunately, the Ferdinand goes through, and Judas misses. But this guy comes in for a big shot, and I can angle again. But I have to be very careful with that. Yep, I have to be very careful with that guy. And I actually might go down here, because I'm a little bit too aggressive. And my team is not really coming to this side. I'm not sure what they're doing. Oh. I think I'm gonna go down now. Nice! Thanks. Anyway, 4.5k damage. We're doing pretty well here. I gotta wait for someone to take this shot, man. Alright. Got him. 4.8. And we have one more. Possibly shoot that guy down. Alright, 5k damage in 5 minutes. You get one more ace tanker and a steel wall, also a high caliber. And remember, like we were playing a little bit aggressive, but even then the armor held up quite nicely. And as you can see, if you go into battle hits and check all the hits that we received, the tracks are also quite thick, which they can also bounce and soak up a lot of damage. But you can see right there, upper plate bounce, side bounce. Look at the angle here, that actually bounces well. Again, side. Now let's touch upon a topic that interests many and talk about the difficulty of playing this tank. In my opinion, for beginners, this tank tank is a great choice because the single fire mode allows you to focus on aiming and firing without being punished heavily for mistakes, while the double gun mode offers opportunities to learn when to take calculated risks. Also, as a beginner, understanding positioning and using terrain to your advantage is a key, and since the Contradictious has an impressive -10 degrees of gun depression, it allows you to excel in hard-down positions with the tank's well-armored turret, which means you can trade shots with enemies effectively, making this a forgiving and rewarding playstyle at the same time for newcomers. Furthermore, for newer players, survivability is crucial, and the Contradictious features strong frontal armor, allowing you to withstand enemy fire in direct engagements. While it's not invincible, the tank's armor is sufficient to bounce shots from a lot of high-tier opponents and even more same-tier tanks, especially when angled correctly. This durability makes the Contradictious a forgiving choice for players still learning the ropes of angling and trading damage. Unlike fragile tanks that punish every mistake, this tank provides a safety net, allowing you to experiment and improve without being sent back to the garage after a single error. This makes it a beginner-friendly choice as it provides room to grow without overwhelming you with complexity. Special thanks to all of my channel members. You can see their names on the screen right now, and thank you for watching.